Lago Coatepeque? Coatepeque. Lago Coatepeque. Okay, just getting the pronunciation right. You can see volcanoes, road in on this ridge over here, and the other side's a big drop off. And it was quite windy, but you know, I'm here. And this is obviously an old crater lake, and I'm guessing that the little island there is part of a new volcano that's coming up through it. It's all very nice, and only problem was I couldn't quite get down to the water's edge on my bike today. The road was just a little bit too grotty. It's bumpy and horrible with potholes, but just got a little bit too strange. You can get houseboats here. You can live on the water. So some nice places. Be good to come back and just, you know, have a crash out here. I'll rent one of those and it's yours for a 2-week stint. Well, I don't know what you'd do other than, well, I suppose you'd relax, wouldn't you? Try that. Give it a relaxation session. So there you go. It's a volcanic crater lake, Coatepeque, and I'm on the way to Santa Ana. Doing me ridge riding. Bueno. Described as an architecture. That's rubbish, isn't it? You can read it better than that. Toxumel can be described as an architectural complex formed by 5 pyramids that are one on top of the other. The dominant mound, B1.1, has a maximum height of 23 meters. It has stairways of various sizes which all point towards different cardinal points. On the side of these stairways, lesser structures are found. The second dominant structure of the site is located on the western section, being known as B1.2. I'm guessing that's B1.2, the attractively named B1.2. That's only 6.8 meters high. This architectural group refers to 2 different time periods. Previous studies have suggested that B1 corresponds to the late Classic period, 600 AD to 900 AD, but its earliest construction may have started in the Middle Classic, 400 AD to 600 AD. However, the B1.2 is estimated to be from the early post-Classic period, 800 AD to 1200 AD, even though its first construction could have started at the end of the late Classic period. It sort of looks a bit like the Colchester stuff that the Romans built. You know, you can see that there aren't vast amounts of stone neatly carved into one another. It's a form of cement, and then over the cemented brickwork you'd have this plastered layer, which I dare say at some point's been ornately decorated, maybe in whatever it was, white or painted colours. I mean, everything else seems bright and verdant, so I'm surprised that that wouldn't have been painted. So this is the B1.1, I'm guessing, and there's a staircase under here to the mystery tombs. It's back 1.1 version 1. It is like it's Microsoft built this version 1.1, and then what we'll do, we'll make 1.2 and it'll have enhanced features like plaster work and stuff. So you've got a tomby thing up there, you see. It seems to be the centre of things. Then surprisingly there's a bit more above it. Normally you'd have that right at the top, wouldn't you? So there might have been more above. But yeah, you come down the steps, down the steps, and across a bit. And then down some more steps. One Toltec pyramid. So you know I was talking a bit back about El Salvador and generalisations and somebody saying we'll give it a miss because it's such a horrible country and the people are foul. I nearly had to fight to pay to get in here. There were so many people saying no, you're a guest, wherever you come from, let us pay for you to come in. And I wanted to make a donation to keep this place going, this, you know, work on it. And wouldn't let me. Wouldn't let me because I was an honoured guest. So I suppose it's just who you meet, maybe even how you behave. Just a thought. Going up a temple. Don't know how many other people have walked up here. I'm guessing it's more than 20. Ta-da! So that one's obviously in a bit of a worse state because you're not allowed to climb up it. Old 1.0. But the new enhanced 1.1 version, you can just see. There are some more steps up to the top there. So whether that's just or maybe a refreshment kiosk on the way to the top. Very much doubt it, but could have stopped there, had a cup of tea, make a break for the summit. Yeah, see now, and I'm guessing it can't be purely coincidence that if you look over my shoulder from the top of the Toltepe temple, there's the modern graves. So you've got the tombs of the Toltec, and then next to it we've got all the Christian graves, the modern cemetery. People are creatures of habit, aren't they? Put your dead in the same place, and even if you're Christian, let's stick with what the Toltecs did, because I'm sure that there's some religious significance to this area in their beliefs, so makes sense to not risk it, you know. We're a Christian faith, but hang on a minute, there's a great big Toltec tomb here. Ooh, what happens if they were right and we were wrong? Well, it was a bit zoomy, wasn't it? Let's just hedge our bets a bit, because if there's an afterlife, we want to make sure we arrive in the right one. So we might have the official graveyard now saying no, bury your folks here, and we're all saying, well, can we get it a bit nearer to where we used to bury people, just in case. The thing, look at the size of the step, look at the size of my foot. Now the other day when I was in the hotel up with the Mayans, one of the things that seemed to fascinate people was what my shoe size was, and they were, how, in Mayan of course, how big are your feet, mate? And of course I didn't know the Mayan equivalent, but I gave them sort of size comparison, and they got really tiny feet, which is one of the reasons that I fell down the stairs in the hotel and hurt my wrist again, because the steps don't fit. And looking at this temple here, my feet don't fit here either. So Toltecs and Mayans, small shoe sizes. Do not try and sell them large basketball shoes. Marketing tip: smaller shoes for people who live round here or who lived in 800 AD. Because your feet, you know, it's a cultural thing, it matters though. So this is a Toltec foot, and as you can see, it's got a little bone to tie the boots on, and they have very, very scaly skin and little ribbons around the knees, like gaiters, and a midriff, and only one hand. And they've also got a crick in the neck from obviously standing at the bottom of the Toltec temple, looking at what goes on at the top. So there you go. There's a Toltec.